Welcome back to the next Break 50 challenge. Today we will be selecting our course as we spin the wheel. It's looking like it's gonna be Scottish Bray. Alright, so interesting course, a little links course out here in Scotland. And we have our special guest Mark with us. Leading us off is Ant. He is known as the cozy guy, known for getting a ball safely out in play, does his job there, freeing everybody up to try to drive the greens and take a hack at it. Our second lefty, Mark, special guest, known for being the FedEx man, delivering all the birdies. Pounds this one down the fairway, almost on the green, just a little short left, but that's going to be a pretty easy approach. Frees Gary up. First par 4, roughly 280, and Gary has this one started on a nice line. This is tracking. If it has enough to reach the green, it could be well, and it is a very good shot here, inside 6 feet. Gary's going to clean this one up, and we're off to a hot start. Eagle on the first hole, 2 under. Now, with these Break 50 challenges, we have to birdie almost every hole. Then we need to eagle every par 5 and one more par 4. If we happen to make a par, it will just bring another eagle into play. So now Mark able to drive the green on the second hole, giving us a chance to make a second eagle in only 2 holes. This would be an unprecedented start. Anthony, this is going to be a common theme. Anthony tends to miss putts slow and left quite often. Mark kind of follows along here. Gary, known for being one of the better putters in the group, not able to convert here, but nonetheless, a nice 3 under start through 2. Can't complain here. Able to clean this one up for birdie. We head on now to the short par 5 third. Gary able to lead us off here with a nice drive, giving ourselves probably a little over 100 yards in here, a little wedge on the next approach. Anthony and Mark both safely on the green. Lets Gary take kind of dead aim at the flag, pulls this one just a little left, leaving us about 20 feet-ish left here for eagle. And Gary's going to tell this ball it needs to break right, and it listens! Slides into the side of the hole, and we are 4 under through 3. Correction, 5 under through 3. Heading to the next hole, short par 4. This ball's on a good line. Ooh, really good line, but unfortunately going to roll off just into the deep rough. Not going to be able to putt that one, but able to chip this one fairly close. Would have loved the chip in here. Would have been really getting things on a hot start, but nonetheless, a tap-in birdie. We head over now to our first par 3. Anthony leading us off here, throwing one in there nice and tight, about 15 feet. We got a putt for birdie here. The par 3s tend to be the hardest. Mark able to take dead aim at those people sunbathing on the beach. I don't know what that was. Hopefully that was the last time he does that. No, one shot, Mark. One shot. Nope, one ball. One ball per player. Anthony able to clean up his par 3 here, doing it all on his own, rolls that in for birdie, and we move on to the 6th hole. Now the 6th hole is the number 1 handicap. This is the hardest hole in the course. We have a bit of a longer par 4 here from the red tees. So after a good drive, we're still going to have a ways in. This is one of the few par 4s we're going to have an iron left here, even after a fairly good tee shot down the fairway. Gary going to pull out the iron here. Has this one on a good line. May need to go a little. Just creeps up on the green, leaving us about 20 feet here for birdie. We do not want to make a par this early. That could be costly. Anthony, a rare miss to the right. Mark going to try to adjust, go a little bit left of that, and he burns the edge on the left, leaving it all up to Gary. We do not want a par, and this is going to be a trend we see here. Gary getting the putter hot early, rolling in another birdie. We move on now to the 7th hole. They are on a great pace. Par 3s, again, always the toughest here. You cannot slip up on the par 3s and make a par. They prove to be costly. Mark nestles one in there close. Anthony, per usual, misses left. Fortunately, Mark follows. But Gary, again, the putter is still hot, and he rolls this one in. Another bird as we head to the 8th hole. Now, Mark hits a fairly good drive here. This was probably our biggest blunder of the day. We did see that it bounced into the rose bush here, but for some reason, we were under the belief that we were in front of the bush. We quickly learned after Anthony's shot we were in the bush. So Gary and Mark kind of both hacked out little punch chip shots here. The best we were able to do was get it to roughly 20 feet. We really had some safe shots there in the fairway. Probably could have got one in a little closer, give us a better look at birdie. But nonetheless, this is what we got. We got to play the shot we select. Anthony up to his usual tricks here. Missing another one on the left side. Mark going to try to give his best run here. Plays a little more on the right, and it just breaks back to the right at the end. We did not see that break. Gary going to try to adjust, but his does not move back right until after the hole. So this is going to be a costly par. We said pars are costly. They are. This now means we need to make another eagle somewhere to get this under 50. But nonetheless, we now head to the 9th hole, trying to bounce back here. We have a par 5. A little bit on the shorter side, but still going to be a long iron in. Gary leaves the drive in the rough, but able to still get this one on the green. A little thin, came out a little low, but going to run up, catch the front edge, and roll in there to about 20, 25 feet. Seems to be our sweet spot of the day, and seems to be the sweet spot for Gary's putter as yet another eagle putt drops from over 20 feet, and we will make the turn at minus 11. We're going to need to better that by 1 on the back. The goal is 49, which is 23 under par, so turning at minus 11, going to need to get to 12 under on the back. Gary trying to drive the green here on the 10th, comes up just shy. The best way for Anthony to putt is to not putt at all as he chips in on the 10th hole, back-to-back eagles as the team moves to 13 under through 10. They are on a great pace. Now, the urban legend has it here on this par 5 that this is called the bogey wall. That wall is to keep the bogeys out, and it seems to do just so for the squad here. Gary gets a great break. That ball could have been out of bounds. Instead, bounces back into play, and they take advantage getting on this par 5 and 2. Yet another look at eagle. Could it be 3 in a row? Anthony rolls this putt. You don't need me to tell you where this one's going to miss. A little low and left. No surprise there. Mark going to give his best attempt here. Oh, right over the edge. Again, comes down to the hot putter here. Gary rolls this one from 20 feet. It's tracking on a good line. Does it have enough? It does. Another eagle, 3 in a row. The team is on fire as we head to the 13th hole. We head to the 12th hole. After 3 eagles in a row, Mark is going to now drive the green. Now, 50 feet away, not really too much to hope for here. Just trying to nestle us in there, get a birdie, get out of there. But from 50 feet, there's no. It goes in! Another eagle! That is 4 in a row, a new record for the Break 50 team, as they are now minus 17 through just 12 holes. We head on to the par 3 13th hole, and Anthony killing the par 3s here, able to make birdie by himself. This is one of the few times he doesn't miss a putt left. He's able to convert there, get the team minus 18 through 13 as we head to the par 4 14th hole. A little bit of a shorter par 4 here. Gary's going to find the fairway, getting it just to the very end. We did have another look here, a little closer in the rough, weird lie. Decided to go for the fairway option. And not our best approach. We all kind of got it safely on the green, but no one in particularly tight from that distance. We're hoping to get a little closer. But 15 feet nonetheless. Anthony, a little bit to the left. Here's where Mark typically tends to follow Anthony, going either left or overcompensating a little right, relying on Gary. We'll see if anything can change here. And it does, as Mark, able to clean this one up, gives Gary's putter a rest here for a hole. Let's see if this can continue as we head to the 15th hole, 19 under. Now, I apologize to see this ugly mug on the screen. This is where Campy decided to join the live stream, try to mush us as best he can, congratulating us while we're still on the 15th hole. But doesn't faze Gary as he's able to still drive this green, leaving ourselves a long putt here for eagle. We'll see if we can get some more magic. Anthony misses left. Mark gonna follow through. Almost makes that one. Leaves it just a little shy. Fortunately, no magic for the putter on this one, but tap in birdie nonetheless. 20 under through 15. We head to the par 3 16th hole. The par 3 king steps up first, knocks it close, tells everyone else, don't even get up. I got this one all on my own. We didn't believe him, but he rolls it in nonetheless. That is Anthony's 3rd solo birdie on a par 3. This kid is the par 3 king. As we head to the 17th hole, we now need just one birdie on one of the last 2 holes. 21 under par right now as Mark pounds this one down the fairway. Popped it up just a little bit, but still got a lot on that. Give ourselves a wedge in. Again, kind of pedestrian approach shots here. Nothing got too close. Thought we were going to really have a tap-in birdie here and be able to cruise on the last hole, but Anthony misses left. You could just get a sound button here so I don't have to keep saying that. Mark's going to follow up next, trying to learn from Anthony's mistakes. Aims this maybe just a touch to the right. Unfortunately, not able to drop here. Really, no one's too worried. Gary's putter hasn't missed all day. He's just going to roll this one in. Pretty routine, but oh no, another miss. All 3 misses here. Starting to think that maybe Campy did mush us back there on 15, and this could be devastating, but we just need a birdie on 18. It is still doable. It's still in the cards. 49 is in our sights. We head to the 18th. Gary's going to tee off here, getting this one down to the end of the fairway, but just runs out of real estate. Going to trickle in here a little bit to the fescue. Not the greatest angle, but was our best shot that we had in. Only about 30 yards. Not the best chips from Gary and Anthony, but Mark able to nestle this one close inside 6 feet. Unlikely suspect here to perform under the pressure here. Rolling this one in. We're kind of all assuming this is going left. But nonetheless, Anthony rolls it in, and history has been made. Break 50 for the first time as we post our first 49 after 11 tries. Finally, the challenge is complete. Let us know what you want to see next. Should we try to break 49? Should we back it up to the whites? Let us know in the comments down below, and we will see you for the next challenge.